What's up, everybody? This is a recap for the DOTS bias trading indicator. Today is Thursday, August 14th, PPI in the morning. You could see this data candle. There's a pretty marked sell off, and when we were down here, I posted in my Discord. We'll be curious to see if price reverses at some point and targets the data wick above. So the data wick being this wick right here. And so very simply, I like to use dots all uniformly one color. Since the data wick is up here, I'm looking for all green dots to get long to the data wick. I like dots setups to obvious liquidity, being data wick, London highs, London lows, Asia highs, Asia lows, previous day highs, lows, whatever. Dots to obvious liquidity. So the market opens up. We have mixed dots at the open, mixed dots at the open. The blue line is VWAP. Mixed dots at the open. Price pushes and closes through the VWAP. So that is a bullish indication. But again, I'm looking for dot setups to liquidity. So I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the dots to turn all bullish, all green. So dots do right here. 936 candle. I got in on the one dot entry function, which was buying the close of the 1 minute candle. That lined up with the first column of all green dots. ATR was about 23.6 points, so call it, I think I had a 26 point stop on this sucker. Close enough. And again, dots setups to liquidity. I'm looking for a move in this direction. I don't necessarily need the data wick high to trade. It ends up trading today. I actually took a second setup to that, but I'll talk about that later. So I want the balance of this move. I want a piece of this move. So I'm in. I forgot the little buy signal. Whatever. But I was in up here. So stop down there. And I front ran this data wick high by 50% of the wick or so. And you just let it play out. So dots setups to liquidity. You can see the EMAs were holding. There was an EMA entry, so a retrace to the 8 EMA. So buying this high could have worked. Stop below here to data wick. Whatever entry function you want. There was a little fair value gap in here that worked. So a bunch of different setups that ended up working. Again, this data wick wasn't taken on this move up. I just want a piece of it, and a piece of it is what I got. So a second potential setup. So we have green dots, which you're bullish, obviously. At minimum, you're not trying to short, but you're looking for some kind of bullish setup. So the second setup is combining the dots with NQ stats at Probable Chris on Twitter. He's got great stuff. I'll put his link in the bio of the description. Link in the description for NQ stats. So he has a stat called initial balance. So you take the 9:30 open to whatever high, so 9:30 to 10:30, and you take the low to the high, and if price closes in the upper part of the zone, upper part meaning above the 50%, targeting the initial balance high is the play. So again, dots are green, targeting the initial balance high. There you go. So dots are already green. So at minimum, you're not shorting, and you're looking for an entry function to get long to the initial balance high. I'm trying to think where I got in. I believe price retraces. Okay, I got long. So we got a little trapped sellers right here on this wick. This breakout of this candle to initial balance high, and the data wick was the setup. So ATR was about 20 points for some wiggle room. So there we go. And price ended up going higher. So using the dots, I mean, look how bullish this is. Using the dots to frame bias with NQ stats. Find an entry function that works for you. It could be fair value gap, an EMA breakout, whatever. So pretty straightforward day. 7-day free trial link in the bio if you want to try the dots out. Discord is free. Feel free to ask questions, and hope to see you soon.